Y'all, it seems like Diddy's former doctor has come forward to expose him for allegedly giving Justin Combs HIV, and the internet is absolutely shook. There have long been rumors about Diddy allegedly having HIV and spreading it around like party favors at his wild freak-off parties. Now, it appears that his own son might be caught up in the drama. And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, new details have emerged suggesting that Diddy and Justin allegedly participated in threesomes together as part of a larger freak-off group. There are so many layers to this madness. So let's break it all down. Apparently, Diddy's own doctor leaked his real health status, revealing that Diddy allegedly has HIV. This is the same doctor who has reportedly been treating Diddy for a long time, so you know he likely has some serious tea and receipts to support his claims. Now before we even dive into this exposure and start unpacking all the drama, let's take a moment to talk about how fans had already noticed something was off with them, long before anything even came out. People had been throwing around all kinds of theories, saying maybe he wasn't feeling well, or that something more serious was going on with his health. At the time, nobody had the full picture, but HIV quickly became one of the top rumors circulating. Some people thought it was just stress, while others assumed he had lost weight due to cancer or a number of other diseases. But the rumors really started to heat up when word got out that Diddy had to be rushed to the hospital multiple times while he was in prison. And y'all already know, for them to move a high-profile inmate like Diddy to a hospital, it has to be serious. They don't just do that for no reason. So when folks heard he was repeatedly being taken out for medical treatment, it didn't take long for people to start speculating that whatever he was dealing had to be way more than just stress. That's when the rumors and whispers began about him battling some kind of illness. At first, no one knew exactly what it could be, but people were convinced it had to be something major. Still, nothing could have prepared us for this, or just how serious it might be. See, the HIV rumors didn't really gain traction until after Diddy made his first court appearance during the trial. He had already been locked up for months by that point, so people weren't exactly expecting him to look his best. But even with that in mind, fans were still shocked when he showed up looking extremely skinny, drained, and honestly not like himself. That's when the whispers really started to take off. Fans began saying they could just tell something was wrong. And before long, the internet was flooded with speculation about what was really going on with him. And sitting right at the top of that list? HIV rumors. Just added up so perfectly. But y'all, fans had no idea just how right they might be. That's when things really started to get messy. According to a man now claiming to be Diddy's former doctor, Diddy allegedly has HIV, and has had it for quite some time. The doctor also claimed that Diddy allegedly has herpes, but we're not even going to get into that because that's a whole different drama on its own. Anyway, word on the street is that all those hospital visits Diddy kept making weren't random at all. Allegedly, they had everything to do with complications from his condition. Now, prison officials tried to keep the whole situation under wraps, but y'all already know how it goes when it comes to high-profile inmates. Let's be real. Somebody always ends up running to the blogs. And that's exactly how the rumors started spiraling in the first place. Once the internet found out, things went from bad to worse real quick. When folks got wind of Diddy being rushed out of prison multiple times, it didn't take long for people to start cutting to. But as wild as this story already is, it's about to get even wilder, because according to new rumors, the doctor has also confirmed that Justin allegedly has HIV too. And y'all want to guess how he got it? From Diddy. Yeah, this is about to go off the rails because this story is straight up crazy. Now everybody's asking the same question. How did Diddy manage to infect his own son with HIV? Well, this is where things get interesting and messy because the timing of all this is very suspicious. Diddy and Justin were just sued for allegedly assaulting a woman named Tyreek Connerly back in 2017. She recently came forward and filed a lawsuit, and it was explosive to say the least. We're not going to dive into all the legal technicalities because let's be real, we've seen enough of those already. But here's where things get really messy. As you probably already know, Tyreek claims that she first linked up with Justin on Snapchat after he slid into her DMs. She claims Justin promised her a way into the industry by using his dad's name and platform, specifically Revolt TV. According to her, Justin handled everything. He booked her flight from New Orleans to LA, arranged the car service, hotel, and gave the whole thing a professional rollout. But the moment she landed, things allegedly took a turn. She says Justin started pursuing her aggressively, pushing drinks on her, encouraging substances she didn't want to take. And once she was under the influence, that's when it escalated into something much darker, something that, according to her, completely crossed the line. But it didn't stop there. Things got even worse, she claims, when 3 masked men suddenly walked into the room. She said she couldn't identify 2 of them, but the third? She swears it was Diddy. Even though he was masked, she claims his voice, the way he moved, everything about him gave it away. And what sealed it for her was that Justin allegedly called him Pops right there in the moment. So no mask see. But it didn't stop there, because Tyreek is also accusing all 4 of them of trapping her inside that house, holding her there and allegedly assaulting her for nearly 24 hours, from Saturday straight into Sunday. And when they were done, she says they dumped her at the airport like nothing even happened. But here's the part that's got people asking. Why did this stay buried for so long? According to her, Justin allegedly blackmailed her using private pictures she had sent him on Snapchat before the trip, threatening to expose them if she spoke out. As bad as this whole situation already is, it ends up pretty much confirming some of Lil Rod's claims about Diddy allegedly getting freaky dicky with Justin. In Lil Rod's lawsuit, he doesn't paint Justin as some innocent bystander just floating around those freak-offs. Instead, he claims Justin was actively involved, allegedly helping Diddy set the whole thing up. That included recruiting girls, adult workers, and even young women for these private sessions. And as y'all probably guessed, it didn't stop there. Lil Rod also says that Justin wasn't just standing on the sidelines. He was allegedly participating in these freak-offs just like the rest of them. But that's not even the worst part. Lil Rod's lawsuit claims that Justin's involvement in Diddy's whole enterprise went way beyond the parties. He alleges that Justin was locked into Diddy's entire underground setup. The court documents lay it out clearly, saying that Justin, Diddy, Christina Korum, and the rest of the inner circle weren't just throwing wild parties and calling it a night. Behind the scenes, they were allegedly orchestrating the whole substance pipeline, managing, pushing, and covering their tracks, while keeping everything quiet on the surface. And according to Lil Rod, Justin played his part in all of it, right under everyone's nose. This explains how he had access to the substances that Tyreek claimed he allegedly gave her to keep her incapacitated. Now, if you thought this story couldn't possibly get worse, it's about to. Because word on the street says Diddy's shenanigans with Justin went way deeper than just freak-offs. Y'all, even when they weren't having freak-offs, rumors say they allegedly had freak-offs on regular days too. Word is they allegedly had threesomes with Justin's girlfriends over the years. And don't even get me started on the rumors that Justin could secretly be the father of Diddy's youngest daughter, Love. Fans have pointed out how much Love looks exactly like him. Diddy has bragged about it over and over again, calling her his twin. Y'all, this is a hot mess. And it explains why Justin's mom, Misa, is always going off on Diddy. She even hinted in the past that Diddy corrupts his kids. She wrote, "We've all been sitting around acting like there's nothing wrong with you. But if something ever happens to my son, God forbid, we all know whose fault it is. I should have kept my child with me." And now with Justin allegedly catching HIV from Diddy, you know this is going to be a hot mess if it all gets out. The whole internet is now piecing everything together. The freak-offs, the wild parties, the hookups no one was supposed to talk about, and the doctor saying Justin was struggling behind the scenes, stressed over his own bedroom secrets slipping out. Because as you guys probably already know, once someone starts talking, it never stops there. Their stories always come in layers. First it was threesomes, then it was blackmail, then it was HIV. And right now it's looking like a really bad time to be Justin. Let's be real, if this is leaking now, what else is still buried? And how long before it all explodes?